Yeah, but that would be face contact. I'd be disqualified. That doesn't help me
He
out.
ran into your fist. Not your fault, right?
Right?
Huh? Well, he can't continue. That means you win.
Do you think secretly, when Terry Silver is training Daniel, if Daniel kept with Terry Silver, do you think secretly he would have accepted Daniel as a student? Do you think he would have thrown away his plan? Like if he totally rebelled against Miyagi, do you think Terry would have kept him?
When I rewatch it, that's the happy ending I'm rooting for. because frankly, that's the main relationship in the show, in the movie. Yeah. Like there's Daniel and Miyagi, but Daniel and Miyagi's relationship in the movie isn't good. Like, so, and it's nothing that I haven't seen before. Like, you know, they had better scenes together in Karate Kid 1 and Karate Kid 2, you know, throughout most of the movie. I mean, once they get into the Devil's Cauldron and the Bonsai, and, you know, there's plenty of great Daniel Miyagi scenes when I say plenty, like there end up being good Daniel Miyagi scenes. But in the thrust of the second act, it's, you know, there is, you know, Robin Lively's character and Jessica, you know, there's other scenes, but it's like the connection that Daniel and Terry have is, I think, the heart of the movie in a weird, bizarre way. There is no heart with Daniel and Miyagi in the second act, you know, and there is with Daniel and Jessica, but, you know, they kept it sort of platonic. So it's like the thing, what I love about Karate Kid 3 and Terry, and I'll say like this helped us with Cobra Kai, and I continue to draw on this, is it worked. Like Terry's teachings worked. He broke that friggin' wooden dummy. Like, that's what's cool about it. It was like, it wasn't just, you know, okay, he's making his knuckles bleed and all of that. He brought out this anger within him, and then he just destroyed this thing. And in a moment felt like, oh shit, this guy's got dark side energy. Yeah. He's got the lightning shooting out of his hands. And like Terry taught him that. That was a Sith to you know master to apprentice moment that we got to see. And that's the only time you see it in you know, up until then. You never saw like behind the curtain of Cobra Kai in the first movie. So like when writing Cobra Kai, it was like, hey, like it gave you an idea as to how that like style works, you know, how the you know, what the method of that madness is. It's like, it's building up the anger within you. You see it in like the first lesson, or in, maybe it's the second episode when Johnny is teaching. Yeah, the first lesson he has is in episode 2, where Johnny's teaching Miguel, and he's like telling him to fight this dummy and picture that, you know, that asshole, you know, and it's like, got a picture in his mind, and you're picturing Kyler, and he's just like wailing at this thing. And it's like, okay, like that's the teaching style. And it worked. And so it would have been cool if like Terry saw what he did and was like, holy shit, this kid's got more in him than anything. And you know what? I'm going to use him to like beat the shit out of Mike Barnes, you know, like, and down a peg. You know, it's kind of like when the Emperor is like excited about Luke like hurting Vader, and he's like, good, you know, like I like that. Like I want that would have been so cool if all of a sudden Terry's like, holy shit, you know, what started as a revenge became a prodigy that is going to be my weapon. And you know, it's like that would have been so cool. So like that I do think about, you know, that when I watch it now.
It worked too, because you even said, like, when he was saying, like, he didn't, I think he was with Robin Lively's character in the club or in the dance club when Terry sort of weirdly just showed up and was kind of chilling and hanging out there. But he says to her, like, this guy's teaching me things that I never thought I could do. And like, he's bringing out the anger in him. And I think you nailed that. So sorry, Badway, go ahead.
Just Gabe Jarrett right in the,
Yeah.
in the nose. And I also love that he's just there. He's
Yeah.
like, Daniel, what's going on?
I told you I was going to be here.
We're not together. Like it's the convenience, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I have my notes. If John and Josh are watching, just so you know, this is what I've been working on all week. The other thing I like is when you first meet Terry, he goes to Crease. He's like, Johnny, like, he's like, what's wrong, man? Like he's on, like, I feel like he's on cocaine and fighting. And later on, he's like, Danny. Like, so he does this thing that's his style of, like, the three name. It'd be like, Kenny. Like, what guys you got?
Right.
So, like, it's these little bits of texture that Thomas gives is just amazing.